There we go. Now what is our hair doing? I don't know. What is this? What is that? We tried that makeup thing again, so I apologize if this looks terrible / terrifying. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of Michelle Wong videos, so I got a little too confident there. So, apologies in advance. Hello, and welcome to episode 34 of the Once Upon a Corgi podcast. We are a crafty puppy podcast coming to you from the southwest corner, I know my directions, of Connecticut. I'm Gabby, your host. You can find me everywhere online as Gabigales. You can find all my hand-dyed yarn and fiber at Once Upon a Corgi or uponacorgi.com. We do not have either of the corgis in shot today. They're both hiding under the bed. It's sort of a rainy, dreary day out, and as you can see by the disaster in the background, our bed is covered in stuff because somebody right here tried to rearrange the furniture without asking for help and almost broke our antique dresser. So our bed is currently holding all the drawers while Jake is figuring out what we need to do to fix it. I'm so sorry. The plan was to rearrange these bookshelves over here, which are holding books. There's 3 of them. My thought was if I take the one giant bookshelf that's behind the camera, filled with yarn, and put it over here, I could put all the books on one bookshelf, and then put all my yarn on 3 tiny bookshelves. That did not work out, as you can tell. So, I apologize for the disaster that is the background. Also, I rearranged my office again, so new background. Usually this is filled with yarn, but we are still dying. Wow, that was a lot of rambling for this. Welcome back, any returning viewers. I know it's been a couple of weeks, and thank you so much to new viewers for checking us out. I hope you enjoy. Did I say everything I want to do? I think I said everything. Ooh, this is weird. We have a couple of announcements before we get into the nitty part of the podcast, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown. So we're going to do announcements, FOs, whips, some stash building, a shop update section, and then at the very end, we're going to do a vacation recap, and Jake will be joining us for that. So if you don't want to sit here and listen to us ramble about how wonderful Paris and London was, I know a lot of people have been sort of overdosing on Edinburgh trips. So yeah, if you don't want to watch that, I don't blame you. It'll be at the end so you don't have to sit through it. Do you have a finished object, bud? Looks like the cat's gonna try and jump on my phone. I see. Do you want to come sit? You hate being held. No? Okay. So, announcements. We have a couple things going on. Yarn-wise, currently, a Stitch in Time yarn store in Bethel, Connecticut is having a feature of Once Upon a Corgi yarn. So, all of the yarn will be there through Monday, April 3rd, I believe is the date. If you're in the area, I hear there's also a very good chocolate shop, so go and check it out. It's a fantastic yarn store. That's the cat. Half yarn, half stitching. So there's Jax. So everybody who wants more of Jax, there he is. We also have a couple cows going on. The Once Upon a Corgi yarn cow will be ending March 31st, and that is knit anything in Once Upon a Corgi yarns. As a celebration of my business and my birthday, I thought this would be the perfect time. So that ends the 31st, and then the podcast I record after that, I will draw the winner, who will get, let me grab it. You will be able to request any colorway of mine on the Iron base, which is our BFL tweed base. As of right now, the only colors available on the tweed base is the cozy line. I think I'm going to keep the tweed line pretty exclusive, so this will be your chance to get whatever colorway you want in tweed. The other cal we have going on is the Beauty and the Beast cal that I am co-hosting with the oh so lovely Tanya from the Tea Knit Pearl podcast. Sorry, I'm looking at the cat. That started March 17th and will be going to mid-May. Knit anything in Beauty and the Beast yarn or Beauty and the Beast inspired patterns. Or sew, or stitch, or crochet, whatever you want. I have not started mine yet, but I will be soon. I think I might cast it on after I record this podcast in case we go to the movies. Knock on wood. Yeah, and we have a lot of great prizes lined up for that, including nose stuck in a book on iron base and lots more. There are chatter, and I think I just opened up the chatter thread. Yeah, I opened that up really late. Sorry about that, guys. So if you are a maker and would like to donate to that, contact me or Tanya. You hate being in my lap. You're too big. Our last announcement is we have reached over 2,000 subscribers. What? Everyone's so mad right now. I know, Iron. We did it. We did it. Like, this is a goal. I checked last night. Yeah, I think last night I was just perusing and we hit over 2,000. So as a gigundo thank you. This sort of came at perfect timing. And I will try to keep the cat from sitting on it. Last night, I also had a very happy mail day from This Stitching Plaza. And she sent me a wonderful bag, which I'll show you in stash building. But she also sent me this Paris-themed bag. So it's got the Eiffel Tower on it, and then these beautiful mosaics. And it's a drawstring sock to shawl size bag. And I thought, what better way to celebrate being back from Paris and 2,000 subscribers than a giveaway. So I'm going to open up a thread. I haven't decided on the prompt yet, but you will win this bag and 2 skeins of, thank you Audrey, Highland Handmade Tugly Wood, and it's in her merino worsted. Do you want to show that, Audrey? Can I see it? No? Okay. No, okay. 2 skeins of her Tugly Wood in the merino worsted. I'm so sorry. And it's getting super blown out, but it is a bright highlighter pink worsted weight. So, and I think I'm going to make, I'm so sorry. You gotta show them. Say, this is my finished object. I made it myself. Now, what's it out of? What needle size did you use? Can I have it? Thank you. Interruptions. What else is new? So yes, you'll get a bag, 2 skeins of worsted weight yarn, and a Corgi stitch marker / progress keeper. Depends on how well that goes. And I will draw a winner for that next week, so it will be a week-long giveaway. Yes. Hopefully this will go up on Wednesday, March 29th. Yes, 28th? Whatever the Wednesday is. Today's Tuesday. And I think that's it for announcements. Have my coffee. Just kidding. More announcements. Stitches United is happening in April, and I will be going with Adrian from the Freakish Lemon podcast and Mama Gergs on Friday, April 28th. If you are there, come say hello. I'm not vending, I'm just visiting. But we will be there most of the day. Late afternoon, I have to head over to Vernon, Connecticut, because April 29th is Connecticut Sheep and... Just kidding. Yeah, I will be vending at the Connecticut Sheep and Wool Festival in Vernon, Connecticut. Can I help you? So that's it for announcements. And let's get on to the nitty gritty thing. Before we get into everything, you know, of course, I'm going to go first off, what am I wearing? I am wearing my Luca Shawl, which is a Jared Flood pattern that I knit last year. And it is out of a merino silk lace weight blend. Don't remember the name. Jagger Spun. And I'm also wearing my Little Brown Cardi out of Owool, in Owool. And I'm wearing, I'm trying to show you, my Betty dress or a version of the Betty dress by Sew Over It. It's gonna be too hard to get the shawl off. So, slight modification. I did not do the full circle skirt. I did like a trapezoid skirt, but everything else is about the same. I did the sleeveless scoop neck version. The top's a little bit baggy, but nothing a little darting can't fix. I added pockets. I don't believe their pattern called for pockets. This pocket's too small. And I added a no static lining to the skirt. So that is made out of 100% organic cotton in the red poppy colorway. I don't remember the brand name, but I'll try and put it in the show notes. So that will be going into the first quarter of the Natural Make Along from Handmade in Woolen, which I'm super excited about. I didn't realize it until I bought the fabric and looked at the tag that it was organic, so I can put a sewing in it. Yay! And that was one of my many finished objects for the Europe trip. And I was very excited to wear it while romping around Paris. We got a couple finished objects. The first one I'm going to try and steal from under the cat who's drooling all over it. No, you gotta let go. You gotta let go. Oh god. Okay. And that is another Sew Over It pattern. Iron, you're being quite rude. This is what they want to show you. Another Sew Over It pattern. I will try and put photos in here. And that is this is one of their new patterns, the Lizzie skirt. And I did this out of the 2016 Cotton and Steel Halloween fabric. There were slight modifications to this pattern as well. Moral of the story, read your directions before you decide what to do. I did not on either of these dresses. Skirts. Garments. This one told you to use 140 centimeter wide fabric. I did not. It was 90 centimeter wide. They also said don't use very directional fabric. I did. So yeah, read your directions. Oh, also the dress, it is not a full circle skirt because I only had 3 yards, not 3.5 yards. Yes, so that's that. I'm gonna try and put up actual pictures of the dress too. Yeah, moral of the story, read the directions. So, I think I told you everything I want about this. Lizzie skirt, didn't read the directions. I had to make the skirt itself slimmer width-wise. Probably by a good 4 or 5 inches. So it just didn't make the skirt as full, which really I wasn't that mad. I did add a lining. You just have the option for that. It's a 100% polyester non-static lining, and that helped add a little bit of body to the skirt too. So there we go. And I wore this to the catacombs and Versailles, but the catacombs! I forgot to take a picture in the catacombs of it, so I was a little sad about that. It's got an invisible zipper and a little clasp, and it fits really well. I like it. I don't even think I would change anything on it. Maybe just iron it a little. So that brings up my handmade wardrobe. I recently went through my closet and got rid of a lot of stuff. There we go. So now I have 3 handmade skirts. 1, 2, 4 handmade dresses, 5 handmade dresses, 4 I wear a lot, and then 1 I wear sometimes, and 2 crop tops and 1 full-size sweater, plus 2 cardigans. So we're pretty close. We just need to I need to work on like casual tops, and I do want to knit a couple more tops and a couple pullovers. I have not knit a pullover, a full-size pullover for myself. I've done the 2 crop tops, but that's like a month's worth of knitting. I don't have like a full-on sweater that I've knit. On to knitting works in progress. Is that Jake? Is he home? No, it's Nick here. I finished my Obi-Wan socks. I started these as vacation knits. What did I do there? I don't know. just some plain vanilla socks for vacation, and ended up loving the yarn so much I couldn't put them down. It is the Obi-Wan Kenobi self-striping colorway from Mustache Yarn. And I just did some Fish Lips Kiss Heels in Knit Picks Stroll in the red colorway because it was on top. And I love them. I haven't tried them on yet. I have not woven any ends. I have not blocked them. My plan is when I get the 12 to wash and block them all at once and then take a really nice picture of them. But I did these, it's a 64 stitch count on 2.25 millimeter needles, my Hayas, and I love them. I finished the last one on the plane home from Paris. So I think I did pretty good. I let them stretch out. I did bring 2 other sock projects with me to work on. Yeah, bud. So I didn't solely work on these guys, otherwise I would have been done in like the first day. And they are living currently in my box, my basket o socks, which I think I'm going to show you every 3 months just to give you an update, because I am keeping the yarn with the finished socks. So I have my, ooh god, avalanche, my 3 finished socks, and Ray is trying to escape. And then I have, this is the yarn I've previously picked out to knit. I won't go through it all again. We have had a couple additions. We have a Gale's Art sock blank, and this is, ooh god, the Legacy Fiber Arts, the full skein that I split with Adrian from their advent calendar. I think this is going to be Grand Central socks. I think that's what I want to knit that into. We got some socks to knit. And that's if I actually knit out of that basket. So far, the trend has been, let's pick 12 skeins of yarn and then completely ignore those 12 and knit 12 separate skeins of yarn. That's a good plan, right? Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. You wanna be naked? It's a naked puppy! And that's it for work some whips. Nope, that's wrong. That's it for finished objects. Yes? Yes. Now we have some whips. I mentioned I brought 2 other socks on the trip with me, and I did, and I love them. So this is living in my new Today's Good Mood is sponsored by coffee bag my friend Danielle got me for my birthday. Thank you, Danielle. And it is housing my macaron socks in blueberry macaron. I feel weird saying it without a French accent, but then I feel dumb saying it with a French accent. This is, do I have the tag? I think I just got rid of the tag. The blueberry macaron colorway from Akara Yarns. I think that's it. In the macaron pattern by Francophie Knits. And I'm knitting this on my Cubics 2.5 millimeter DPNs, just in case they took away all of my metal needles. And it's got my little fox keeper on it. I love this pattern. It's very potato chippy. It's much like I've never knit a Hermione's Everyday Sock, but I imagine this is what it feels like. It is a paid for pattern. I believe it's like $3 or $4, but it's totally worth it. I didn't read the directions all the way up here. I skipped a couple rows, so these ones are closer together, but I'm just loving the squish factor, and they're almost like a very nice thermal sock. I think I'm going to put the heel in. I think I'm going to do the German short row with the heel flap and gusset. Or the mini gusset, I think is what it's called, from Mina's Patterns. But there's the pattern, and there's the yarn up close. It's just wonderful. It's such a the yarn is, I should have kept the label. What was I thinking? It's organic merino. I believe there's some nylon in here. I mean, if there's not, I'm not mad. But it's so soft and so plump. It's much plumper than a lot of the sock merinos I find, which I really enjoy, because a lot of the sock merinos, nothing against any of the yarns, but they're a very thin yarn. And I just like working with the more plump yarns for my socks. I find the thinner yarns beautiful for shawls and stuff because they have a really nice drape, but with the socks I want like the plumpness. I did a 2x2 twisted rib, and yeah, I think I'm gonna put the heels in the next couple days. And this one, where did I work on this one? I think I worked on this one on the way to Harry Potter Studios. Yeah, because the second day I worked on Jake's socks, which are This is my second pair of Mercury socks. I'm knitting this on Narwhal Needleworks. They're tweed base. Oh, Jesus. In the Wanderers colorway. We're a wee bit tangled. I'm knitting these 2 at a time because they are for Jake, so they are a little bit giant. Alright, I think we're less tangled. Whew. And I'm in a third of the heel flap. Yeah! So this is how it's knitting up. And I'm really enjoying it. It looks gorgeous. I can't wait for these to be done. I just continued. It's a free pattern, so I'm not giving away any secret sauce or anything. The heel flap, I just continued sort of the motif. Instead of doing the lace, it's just straight knit stitches, but then keeping in the purl bits to kind of hold in the heel a little bit. I have fiber or cat hair in my nose. I'm so sorry. Hopefully I can work on these this week. I've got one other project I want to be finished now because I don't want to knit on it anymore. But I'm hoping to get the heels done this week so then I can move on to the foot. I'm not rushing through this project. There's no deadline for it. I'd like them done by his birthday in May. I got time. It is a very good, not so mindless, but kind of mindless knit because it is such a quick and easy pattern. So I'm not too worried about it. They're going by much faster than the Hulk socks. And they are living in my Erin Lane bag. I really should just put these in a cozy and stop crunching them into the bag. My Erin Lane bag with the window. And you can see this is why they're tangled. My desk is a disaster right now, but you can't see it. Our last whip that we worked on, I think this is our, I feel like we have nothing on the needles, whatever, is our Sandnes shawl. And as you can see, we're binding off. Yay! Finally! I started the bind off last night and then fell asleep while binding off and then woke up covered in yarn. So I don't think I messed anything up while I was sleep knitting. But there we go. I'm not going to try and show it to you right side up because I know something terrible will happen. That is the wrong side, first off. There we go. This is the Sandnes shawl by Gudrun Johnson. So I rip all my stitches off my needles. And I'm knitting this out of my hand-dyed yarn on the ginger base. This yellow is My Sun and Stars, and then this blue is Mood of My Life. And the goal is to have this done for Connecticut Sheep and Wool, and I think I will be able to do that. I just have to bind off this edge and then do something up here. I haven't read that far in the directions. Probably should though. And this was part of a knit along my Tuesday knit group was doing, and I don't think I'm the last one to cast off. So that's pretty hopeful, but I don't know, I haven't seen them in like 3 weeks. Oh, and then we've got a Corgi Progress Keeper. I forgot I had that on there. I'm really enjoying how the yarn is working up. I'm a little bit sad that I'm not going to have enough left over to do socks out of this, but I can always dye up another skein to do socks. It's growing on me more and more. Now that I've seen it closer to a finished object, I'm very excited for it to be a finished object. I'm excited to work on more of Gudrun Johnson's designs. I started after this one. I looked through a lot of her stuff and I think I got, and did you know, oh god, that thing fell out of my face. I do want to knit more for things, and I think I have a better idea of what kind of yarn I want to use with it. I think I would enjoy them more with like traditional woolly wools instead of bright pastel-y colors. I feel like her designs pop a lot more with calming neutrals or like soft tonals, semi-solids. This is beautiful, and my friend knit it out of Madeline Tosh. The body of hers was a dark blue, and then her lace bits were like a light speckly blue, and it is gorgeous. It is beautiful. But the other two that are knitting it did it in solids, and they are just to die for. So I think I might try and do some hand spun. I have a lot of Romney and Shetland tonal hand spun that I think would look really nice as Gudrun Johnson designs. I'm also feeling a like natural fiber kick coming on. I can like feel it like a cold, like you know when it's gonna happen. I can just sort of like feel it bubbling, like, we'll see what happens. I do have plans to cast on Jake's cardigan, especially after that whole disaster. Hopefully by the end of the week, and I don't know if I want to cast on another shawl or cast on more socks or start working on a garment for me. I kind of want to work on a couple cardigans. I don't really have the yarn for a pullover right now. We'll see. I kind of want to start brioche. That's a whole other story. So stash enhancements will be split into two, and let me go get the other half. I should really prep this stuff while the video's loading. So stash enhancements is in two sections. We have pre-trip and post-trip. And I hope the light's not blowing out terribly. What little sun we have is essentially gone. Also, I have a massive shadow. Can you see that? No? Okay. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. So pre-trip, this is all birthday things. Mom did very good for the birthday this year, so thank you, Mama Gergs. Yeah, I don't remember what I was just thinking. This is technically a Christmas present that just didn't come in time. So instead of giving it to me a couple days late, she held off to my birthday. And this is my first skein of nomadic yarns in her Rhinebeck sweater colorway. Are these called gobstoppers? I love these. I'm obsessed. I just want to fill the jar with them. Yeah, Mom, I want to say has way too many, not enough, a lot. Her goal is to get all of her Harry Potter colorways. And she's putting them in her Harry Potter bag that I'm pretty sure is also from Nomadic Yarns. But it's adorable. And after she met her in Rhinebeck, she saw this colorway and picked it up for me for Christmas. So I can't wait to get into this. I think this might be my Rhinebeck socks. What better way to celebrate Rhinebeck than with Rhinebeck? The next one she got, I can't even with these ones. I saw these from Candace's Pin Feathers and Pearls, Stripey Socks Cal. She got them as prizes. No. She got this one as a prize. And this is The Girl and the Bow, which is a Brave self-striping. And let me tell you who it is. It's Peach Queen Yarns. And I can tell you now because you can't buy them because I already own them. Well, you can still buy them, but you can't prevent me from buying them. I don't know. Peach Queen Yarns, and she does a lot of Disney inspired self-striping and speckles, and I love them. So this is The Girl and the Bow. And the one that I needed the most. No one knits like Gaston. I mean, come on. Come on. The second I saw this yarn online, I ran around the house trying to recreate the song into No One Knits Like Gaston, and I love it. And they need to pick that up. They really do. Somebody, please. Stephen West, can you do that? Is that a thing you do? I feel like you would do this out of anybody, like you watch this podcast. So, we got our two favorite Disneys. I don't think Brave is technically Disney. I think Brave's Pixar, but whatever. She's an honorary Disney princess according to Disney, so I love her all the same. It's like my two favorite countries living together forever. I can't wait. I think I'm going to cast this on today to go see Beauty and the Beast if we go. / I need to knit something for the Beauty and the Beast cowl. Can't not knit for my own cowl. / I definitely could not knit for my own cowl. That's a thing. But I think I'm going to cast this on because I love it. I love it so much. And they each came with little progress keepers. No One Knits Like Gaston has a little leaf. And this one's got a little frog. I don't know if I'll keep the progress keepers with the yarn, but I love them so much. So thanks, Mom. This was a pretty solid birthday. Oh, I have to get the other thing. I almost forgot. Mom also wins birthday of the year because it's covered in dog hair and wrinkly. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. I died. Right? Alright, if you're just listening to these while they're on in the background like I do sometimes, it says, my Patronus is a Corgi, and it's got a little Patronus Corgi on it. Yes. Yes, please, and thank you. I almost forgot to show you guys that. I love it. The plan was to wear that to Harry Potter, but we did not have a chance to change. I will let you know about that in the vacation section. But I did wear it in England to sleep in. So, slash, I wore it. I had like 15 shirts on that day when I got it. It was beautiful. Alright, so now I only felt it fitting to put this in the trip jar. This is now my trip jar. We did a little pit stop at La Bien-Aimée whilst in Paris, as one does, because we could not go to Edinburgh. So we did a little bit of damage. When I say a little bit, I mean, I think I like blacked out for a second there. I don't remember buying a lot of this, but I did. We'll start off with this one, which is their Merino DK in Santoki colorway. This one Jake picked out. He was looking at the shelf with me and was like, ooh, I like this, and picked it up, and then spotted they had sweater quantities dying in the back because, what is my hair doing? Their Paris shop is also their dye studio, which I am extremely jealous of. I don't know if I would ever want to run a brick and mortar store, but if I did, I would want it to be a dye studio as well. So he picked this out. There's a label. There we go. We don't know what it's gonna be yet. I'm gonna pull out Rib later today and sit down with him and look through that, and maybe Woolen, is that what I bought? I have a couple other books, and see if there's anything in there he wants to look at. I feel like those are easier to pare down and have him choose out of than like, let's go on Ravelry and spend 67 hours looking at things. So that's that. And it's beautiful. I would want a sweater's quantity out of this. I told him if he really wants one, maybe I'll get him one, like one skein at a time. So in like 30 years, he'll have a sweater's quantity. So then in 60 years, he'll have a sweater. We'll see. The next purchase I remember buying is these guys. I want to do, sorry, there's a hair. These three. They are their merino singles in the Sosu colorway, which is just gorgeous. I want a sweater's quantity out of this. I just might give them my bank account number. Yellow Brick Road. Surprise! And also has dog hair all over it. Undergrowth. Now Undergrowth, they had this in about 4 different bases, and I picked up all 4 bases, and then Jake told me I could only take 1 base. But I kind of want to go back, like, not physically go back. Well, yes, I want to go back. I kind of want to go online and try and get a couple other bases. I can't. Look. Oh, God, it's just beautiful. Like, you guys can probably see it better. I think it's a little bit darker in person. The light's blowing out. It's just bringing out all the undertones, like these purples, these yellows. Is that blue and green in there? Right there. Oh, it's so good. It's so, Buffalo. This might challenge you for that bodysuit. Okay, look, I don't know what's happening. I want all these yarns. I want sweater quantities, 15 sweater quantities of each color in each base. Please and thank you. So these guys are going to be the Vortex Shawl by Charlotte from Charlotte and Gus. I am in love with all of her patterns. Desperately in love with all of her patterns. And I figured what better way to start brioche than with that shawl. She says it's really good for beginners. And out of La Bien-Aimée yarn. I can't wait. Ooh, that's super blown out. Let's try back here. Ooh, that's good. That's nice. Yeah, that's a spot. I did have originally this as a gray, but it was in a lighter single ply, and I'm really excited for these to be together. I think this might be the center bit, and then these two might be the brioche section. Right? Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I can't wait. I'm so excited for those. And then these two I sort of yarn blacked out a little bit when I bought them. Like, I remember picking this one up, which is Paisley Nouveau. Alright, so Paisley Nouveau, and this is on their 80/20 merino nylon high twist, which is a little bit plumper than like the 4 plies. Oh, here's the perfect angle. And it's just speckly hot pink goodness. And I don't usually go for these kind of colors, like the super bright on the white, but I couldn't stop myself. Couldn't do it. What is it? Twiggy Bits. And then this one I really don't remember buying, but I did it. I picked it up and I bought it. Ugh. And it is the Magellanic cloud. Too close? Yeah, it is their tough sock, which is BFL and nylon, and I just love it. It's showing up much more purple on screen. It's definitely more of a, I don't know, it does have a lot of purple in it, but it's purple, dark blues, and grays, and it's just beautiful. I'm not mad that it ended up in my hands, but I don't remember putting it there. Oh, and I just unscanned it. My bad. Ugh, I love it. I love it. I don't know what this will be. The Paisley Nouveau will probably be socks. This might go into a shawl. This might go into a cowl. This might be socks. I don't know. Maybe I'll put them together on something. Who knows? See, now it's very dramatically lit. I don't know what's going on, guys. Very sorry about this. Oh, now you look really good. Yeah, maybe I'll put them together. I don't know. So right now they're just living in my giant, my jar. Let's see how these look together now. Oh, so good. So good. So good. And the only other stash enhancement I have is really Happy Mail Day. Georgianne from Stitching Plaza, it's now covered in cat hair, sent me the most beautiful package. You saw the Paris bag, and she also sent me this Corgi bag. Oh, the tricolors have tails. Sushi. God, it's perfect. It's me in a bag. Thank you so much. I almost cried when I saw this. If I wasn't screaming, I would be crying. It's beautiful, and it's perfect, and I love it. Thank you so, so much. Ugh, can't even. I don't know if she's got any other Corgi fabrics up, but ask her. I know somebody did on Instagram. She's got a bunch of Harry Potter colorways. Bags up. I kind of have my eye on that Hufflepuff Deathly Hallows one. I might. But yeah, thank you so, so much. I can't even. Here's her tag. Go check out her shop. So worth it. So beautiful. I can't wait. And this is the sock to shawl size. So I think I'm just gonna... See, I don't know if I want to put my Gaston socks in here or if I want to put my La Bien-Aimée shawl in here. Can I fit? I can't fit both. That would just be silly. I might. No. No, I might put Gaston in my Good to Be a Girl bag. And my La Bien-Aimée shawl might go in here. Which means I just have to cast them both on. Okay, I'm gonna stop gushing about these things. They're beautiful and they're perfect and I love them. So that's it for stash enhancements. I was, however, when this whole disaster happened, looking at my stash and thinking to myself, dear Lord, what happened? Where did all this yarn come from? So I'm not on a YD. We're not even gonna say the word. but my goal is to knit through a lot of my stash. Yeah. Most of them do have projects. There are a couple one skeins that I received as gifts or in swaps that, I mean, I graciously acquired but did not have an idea what to do with when I first got them. So my goal is to knit through the stuff I know I have projects for. I don't want to powerhouse through everything. I do want to enjoy the process and the knit and enjoy my stash. I wish I had a better way to display it. I think part of my problem right now with stash appreciation is I don't enjoy it because it just looks messy to me. I don't know if that's just like the space I have or the way I have it displayed or what, but it's just not singing to me. Does that make sense? That must make sense to somebody. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to get it a new home, but at this point, I don't want to bring furniture up 3 flights of stairs just to have to carry it back down. Also, I don't really know what to do with old furniture. I mean, my parents still have our baby dressers. We just put dishes in them in the family room. So, yeah, I'm one to use things until they literally die. And these are really good shelves. They're just not. They had good purposes when we got, I mean, one of them was a whelping box, so that served its purpose. Yeah, they're great shelves. I don't know why I'm justifying shelves right now. They're just not, they don't fit the space. But I don't want to buy things to fit this space and then move and have the new shelves not fit that space. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm in like a fight with my apartment right now too. So I'm in a fight with my stash. I'm in a fight with my apartment. I'm clearly in a fight with that dresser. And that dresser won. So, yeah, I don't know. How do you guys keep your stash pretty? What do you do when you feel very overwhelmed by it? Do you reorganize it? Or do you just sort of hide it away? I'm very more future. So my computer and phone have been going crazy because there's too much stuff on them. So the shop update part of this podcast got deleted. Thanks, Iron. Just the file got corrupted. And the intro into the vacation bit also got corrupted. So I'm going to do the shop update right now. It is currently Thursday, about 1 p.m. So in 6 hours we will have the shop update. And then I'm going to make the vacation bit a whole separate video because we rambled on for about an hour and a half. So shop update will be tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At uponicorgi.etsy.com, and I'm just going to show you what's going to be in it. This collection will be in a very limited quantity. I just got a yarn shipment in this morning, so I'm going to be dyeing up a sort of a full set for next week of either the English or the French collection. So we have the English collection, which is these 3, and we have, first one is Whitehall, which was inspired, which is still getting super blown out, by the hotel we stayed in. Audrey's having a day. This is My Home, inspired by Harry Potter Studios. This may be a version 1 of it. I kind of want to go back and add a little bit more green and brown to it, but tentatively this is it. And then we also have Towers over the Thames. So Whitehall is only on Audrey. This is My Home is only on Penny. Tower of the Thames is only on Ginger. And there's about 2 or 3 depending on, I brought them to my knit group to show everybody because I was so excited, and a couple found some new homes. So there's 2 or 3 of each one on that one base, and then next week I'll do a bigger update of it. So the next collection is Le Neveu de France. My French is awful still. And so we have, it's the levels of France. So I wanted to do like the catacombs below, ground level, and above. So this is L'Empire de la Mort. I think that's how you pronounce it. Empire of the Dead, which is inspired by the catacombs. It's a little bit darker than it's showing up. My windows are acting as a giant light box right now. And this is on the Audrey base. And then this is Patisserie. There we go. Also getting a little bit blown out. Sorry about that. And this is on the Penny base. And this is Concefe, which I hope means flying buttresses. And also getting a little bit blown out. And this is on the Ginger base. It might be the tag. That's probably the problem. There we go. Yep, that's true to color. Sorry. I just finished labeling everything. So, Le Neveu de France. And again, whatever. I might just do a full update of these two again next week, or I'll do one or the other. And we also have, I'll only show you one. I just did a sweaters quantity of My Sun and Stars on Penny base, which I think would be a beautiful springtime Madewell cardigan. Somebody suggested that I dye it up, and then I was like, oh, a sweater! So we have a sweaters quantity of that in Penny. And then we also will have another full collection of the Cozy line on our Iron tweed base. So we will have 5 of each, except warm and cozy. Not warm and cozy. Warmed caramel. This will only have 4. So there we go. So we have warmed caramel, nose stuck in a book, Sunday mornings, and Moni and Down. And I believe that is it. A little bit of a smaller update. We did just get back into the swing of things, but we just got a full shipment of yarn. We're gonna get more yarn in today, and we're gonna get dyeing. We're gonna try and do a super big update next week and the week after, and then updates are gonna go a little bit askew because we will be prepping for Connecticut Sheep and Wool for the end of the month. So thank you so much for sticking through this crazy episode. Welcome back. I'm glad you guys decided to give me another try after a long hiatus. So I'm going to now pass you off to Gabby and Jake of the past in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.